Number one, how to bring up the Android buttons and turn the gesture mode off. You're gonna swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again and tap on your settings wheel. From here, you're gonna go up to the system option and then go to gestures. From here, you're gonna go to navigation mode and you're gonna switch it from gesture navigation to 3-button navigation. This will bring up the traditional Android buttons and make it a lot easier for you to use the phone. Make sure you bump that like button down below if that was helpful. Number two, let's talk about how to run 2 apps at one time. So first, I wanna have YouTube at the top of the screen, and at the bottom, I wanna have my text messaging menu. To do this, I'm going to go to my YouTube app, which is here. I'm going to open it up. From here, I'm going to tap on the recent apps button. And at the top of the screen, look for the YouTube icon, tap on the icon, and then tap on split screen. And then I can pick another app to add to the bottom. And here I have my messaging app already open. I'm going to tap there. And now I have YouTube at the top. And at the bottom, I have my messages. Now, I don't have a video playing right now, but I can easily find a video to play. Let's type in H2 Tech, because of course, what other video will we want to play? Turn our volume down. Let's play this video here. So the video has started. I can tap on the video and I can put it in full screen by tapping on this little square in the right corner. There we go. Now my video is playing and I can interact with my text messages. I can start a new message if I want to. I can do all that while this video is playing. You can also take the phone and rotate it in the landscape position and look for in the corner this little arrow to rotate the screen. Now, I missed it, so let's try it again. Watch this. I'm going to take the phone. I want you to pay attention to the bottom right corner because that's going to allow us to rotate the screen, okay? So watch this. Rotate. This arrow is here. Tap on that arrow, and that's what allows you to rotate the screen. My video is still playing, and over here, I can start teeing up my text message. So that is just a snapshot of how you use 2 apps at one time on your Revvl 7. Now, when you're done with your split screen and you want to go back to full screen, you see that little white bar in the center of the screen. Just take your finger and just drag. Or if you tap it, it will switch what is on one side to the other. Now, one more thing, if you tap on this little white bar in the center twice, it will let you switch what's on one side to the other. And when you're all done and you want to get out of split screen, just take your finger and drag it to the right on the white bar, and that will take you out of the split screen. All right. And that's how you use 2 apps at one time. And I can swipe up from the bottom here to get to my home buttons. Press the home button. Now, this moves right into our next tip, which is how to make a video into a pop-out video. So right now, my YouTube video is still playing and it's on the screen. And to do this, it's a little tricky, so let me explain. If you're on a YouTube video and you want to continue to watch it outside of YouTube, as long as the video is playing, you can hit your home button and it will keep playing in this little pop-up video. You can also pinch. You can also drag with a little pinch to make this video bigger. And that video can continue to play while I go to Google Chrome or while I do other things. That video will continue to live on the screen while I do other things. So again, pinch to make it smaller or pinch out to make it bigger. And that's how you use the pop-out video. Now, one important thing to note, if the video is paused and you try to do this, it won't work. So because it's paused, if I hit the home button, guess what? The video is not going to show up in that pop-out. It's only going to do that if the video is playing. So now the video is playing again. It's playing. Now I hit the home button. Now it'll show up in that little pop-out screen. All right. You can also tap on the screen here and you can tap on the X to close it out as well. So that's the pop-out video. It's another way to multitask as well. If you're getting value out of the video, make sure you bump that like button down below. By the way, let's jump into our next tip. So if you've noticed, my screen keeps going dim because the phone is set right now. If I don't touch the screen every 15 seconds, the phone is going to dim and it's going to go to sleep. That's frustrating to me. It just did it right now. Let's talk about how to change that setting so your screen stays on longer. We're going to swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, tap on the settings wheel. This time we want to go to display. And from there, go to screen timeout and change this from 30 seconds to at least 2 minutes or 5 minutes. This way, your screen will not go off so fast. You can also enable the screen attention, and this will prevent your screen from turning off if you're looking at the screen. So the front camera essentially is looking at your eyes to determine if you're looking at the screen, and if so, it'll keep it on even longer than 2 minutes. I would encourage you to enable that as well. Let's hit our home button, and now our screen will stay on a little bit longer. Next, let's go over a really fun tip, which is how to launch your camera from any screen, even if your phone is off. So tapping the power button 2 times will automatically launch your camera, okay? Right now it's on the rear camera. There we go. So no matter what I'm doing, I could be in a text message, it doesn't matter. If I double tap that power button, it's gonna launch my camera. Now, if my screen is off, same thing. Double tap the power button, it'll automatically turn on and it'll go right to the camera. This is called the quick launch camera feature. So super helpful. I use this all the time, and this is available on all Android phones. You just have to know that it exists. And you'll never miss any important moments because you don't have to worry about grabbing your phone and unlocking. Just simply grab your phone, double tap the power button, and you're right at the camera, all right? Next, I want to show you how to get your battery percentage to show up on your home screen. It's always nice to know exactly how much battery you have left and also if it's time to charge. So swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, tap on your settings wheel. From here, go to battery and then enable battery percentage. Now, you'll always know how much battery you have, even on the lock screen. Next, let's go over how to launch that Google Assistant. You can simply hold down on your home button. This will launch the Google Assistant, and you can ask the assistant to do so many cool things for you. So I want to show you a few of the ways that I use the Google Assistant. So one, I love to use it for setting alarms for the next day. You know, it's midnight, you're about to go to sleep. Set an alarm for 8 a.m. There you go. It'll automatically set an alarm for you. You can also tap open alarms to go into the app to confirm that the alarm was set. And there we go. There's our alarm. I also love to use it for setting timers, especially with my laundry, for example. So set timer for 62 minutes. There we go. Now I have a timer that has started and will let me know when it's time for me to switch my laundry to, the dryer. Okay. Another really fun, useful use for the Google Assistant is launching an app. Maybe there's an app you can't find on your phone. You can simply ask your Google Assistant to launch it for you like this. Open the YouTube app and it'll open it for you as well. So there's so many uses. There's hundreds of uses for Google Assistant, but those are the 3 main ways that I use Google Assistant. So okay, this next tip is one of my favorites. This is how to share large video files or picture files. Maybe you're at a family function and you just took a family picture. You just took a family picture or video and now you want to share it with everyone that's around you, but the file size is too large or there's too many pictures to share at one time. Well, you can use what is called Quick Share to be able to share this picture out to anyone that is in close proximity to you. So to do this, you're going to swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, and swipe to your left. You're going to tap on the Quick Share icon right here. Now, first thing you want to do is tap on who can share with you, and you'll want to turn this on, and set it to everyone. And so the way this works is it only will be visible, your phone will only be visible to everyone around you for 10 minutes. You'll have to come back and turn it back on again for safety purposes. So, but set it to everyone, hit done, hit continue. Now you hit allow. And this is what you do for the first time, but after it's going to be easier. So you have to give it permission to use your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, because it's going to search for all of the different phones that are around you so that it can share out to those different phones. So we hit allow, we're going to hit close. Now I want to go to the file that I want to share. In this case, I have this large video file that is too big to send over text message or email, but I can send it directly using Quick Share. So I'm going to hold down on this video. So it's checked. I'm going to hit the share button now. And I'm going to look for that Quick Share icon. Tap on Quick Share. Tap on Turn on Bluetooth. And now it's going to begin to look for all of the devices that are around me to find devices that it can share with. Now right here I have another phone, and so you'll want to tell the people around you, hey, turn on your Quick Share. So on this phone, I simply just swipe down, swipe to the left, I look for the Quick Share menu, and all I have to do is do the same thing. Who can I share with? Turn it on and tap everyone and hit done. Now the phone is going to show up. There it is, A1's phone, and I'm going to tap. It just popped up, and I'm going to hit accept. So you simply need the people around you to turn on Quick Share and make sure that excuse me, the visibility is set to everyone, and then you'll be able to see their phone and send multiple files. So in this case, we sent one large video file, but you can also go through and you could select 50 pictures if you wanted to. Let me just tap open here, and there's our video file. So what I also could have done is I could have gone to my photos and selected multiple pictures. I don't have a lot in here, but I could arguably send all these files at one time. Same thing, share, Quick Share, and then I can tap the phone again to share it out. And if you notice, because I've shared with that phone already, it's gonna now, my phone is gonna remember that. So now it's showing up as an option. If I wanna send more files, I can just tap here versus having to go to Quick Share and do it that way. So this is how you share a lot of files at one time, or a large file with folks that are in the same room as you. One final note, just about all Android phones have Quick Share now and can be accessed by swiping down twice from the top of the screen and just trying to find it in the menu up here. Okay, it's just gonna say Quick Share. Okay, next I wanna show you how to customize your notification menu. Now, when I say notification menu, I'm referring to the little switches you see at the top of the screen here. Every time you swipe down, you're gonna have these 4 options. And if you swipe down again, you'll have even more options. And when you swipe left, you have a few other switches. These are shortcuts to the most frequently used settings menu options. And there's more than what you see here. There's a couple you have so far. These are kind of the main ones that people use. But if you tap on this pencil here, you'll see that as you swipe down, you can add even more options to that menu up there. For example, you can add your hotspot shortcut. So for example, I can hold down on hotspot and just drag it up, and I can add it to that menu. So now when I swipe down, I'll always see my hotspot shortcut. This is important, especially if you use hotspot, because it's so much easier to get to it and turn it on and off now that it's at the top of the menu here. As we scroll down, there's a few more really cool ones. One of them is called focus mode, which is one of my favorites. Helps me be productive during the day. So I'm going to hold down on this, drag it up, and I'll show you how to use it in a minute. So we'll bring it up. We're going to just drop it in this menu here. And another important thing to note, the first 4 switches are the ones that you'll always see when you swipe down. So when I swipe down, I'm going to see internet, mute, Bluetooth, and airplane mode. Well, guess what? If you don't fly a lot, then having airplane mode here really is not that helpful for you. So let's put something there that would be more helpful for you. So I'm going to swipe down, and I would rather have my flashlight in this menu, because if I grab my phone and it's late and I just need to see, I know I can swipe down and my flashlight will be right there. So watch this. Tap the pencil and then hold down your flashlight and just drag it up in that spot. And now the flashlight will be at the top. So every time I swipe down, my flashlight will be one of the 4 options. Okay. So you can customize these menus based on what apps you use the most. And just keep in mind the first 8, when you press the pencil here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever you put in this first 8 is going to show up when you swipe down twice. And then the next 8 are going to be when you swipe over. So that's just a quick rundown of this menu and how to really customize the phone to have exactly the things that you use the most. And anything below where it says hold and drag to add tiles, these are the ones that are not showing, but that you can add to that menu if you choose. So anything else in here I would add, I might add the bedtime mode. So you can hold down here and just drag this all the way up. And as long as it's above where you see drag here, then you're going to see it in that menu. So go through. Another one is location. Let's drag that one up too. And the reason I say that is because I don't keep my GPS on all the time, because that's a bigger drain on your battery. So I like to have that as a switch. So watch this. Now I'm going to swipe down again, swipe to the left, swipe to the left. So now location is going to show up, and guess what? I can turn this off because, hey, maybe I'm not going to be using my Google Maps for a while. So, hey, I'm going to turn off my GPS, and therefore it's going to help me preserve my battery life a lot more. And guess what? When it's time for me to go somewhere and I have to use my GPS, okay, I know I can just get right to it, and I can just simply turn it back on to use it for that time. So that's just one of my personal tips that helps me get a lot more battery life, okay? Now, moving on, I want to show you how to turn on the power saving mode. This is something really important to keep in mind. If you know you're going to be at an event all day and you're not going to have access to a charger, you should proactively turn on power saving so that your battery will stretch much longer. So to do this, you're going to swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, swipe to your left, and then you'll just tap on battery saver, and now it's going to automatically turn on. Now, normally this will come on when your phone hits, I think, 10% or 15%, but you don't want to wait that late. You don't want to wait until your battery is super low for this to turn on. You really want to have this come on much sooner, especially if you're going to have a long day. And what this is going to do is it's going to turn off some of the background functions that are always running. It's also going to switch your phone to the dark mode, and that's going to preserve some battery as well. So everything is to preserve the battery so it'll stretch a lot longer, and this way it'll just make it through a longer stretch of the day for you. So that's my little pro tip. That's how I make sure that when I'm out all day, my battery never dies. All right. If you got value out of this video, make sure you hit that like button down below. Okay, my last tip is I want to show you how to turn the phone off. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. Now, one is swiping down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, and a power button will show up at the bottom of the screen right here. Now, notice when you swipe down just one time, the button is not there. The button only shows up when you swipe down 2 times. And there's our power button. We can tap it, it'll bring up this menu, and then you can simply tap that power off button to turn off the phone. Now, if you try to hold down on your power button, guess what? It's not going to turn off because the phone is set where when you hold the power button, it launches the Google Assistant. So we can change this though by going into the settings. So let's swipe down again, tap on settings. We're going to go up to system, and from here go to gestures, and then go to press and hold power button. We can change this to, instead of launching the assistant, have it launch the power menu, which I think this makes more sense because it's just easier to get to this. So now when you press and hold the power button, oh, that was the volume button. Let's try again. Press and hold power button. Now it's going to take you right to your power menu instead of launching the Google Assistant. So you are able to customize this to what makes more sense to how you use your phone. I recommend switching it so that it powers off the phone or allows you to restart the phone. All right. Hope you guys found this helpful. If you learned anything in this video, if you got any value, please take a minute and bump that like button down below. That's how this video will get shared out to more people and just help more folks that are new to this phone. Also, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. And do me one last favor, if you can leave a comment and let me know what tip was the most helpful. I always love to hear your feedback, and it helps me when I make my future videos to understand what tips are the most helpful for you. So do me that favor and just let me know what tip was your favorite. I'm gonna leave here a link to another really helpful video. And here I'm gonna link to my playlist where you'll find all the other videos that I've made on the Revvl 7. So check those out for more learning resources. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, have a good one.